The Chinese brand Kove Moto had 3 riders competing at the Dakar Rally. All 3 riders, all rookies, finished the grueling 14 stages. Before that, we hadn't heard of this desert weapon with its good looks and a mysterious origin. It turns out this bike was introduced in September of 2022 and went straight to Dakar. The Dakar Rally is not an easy test to pass. It's over 5,000 miles of special tests and liaison jaunts through the brutal Saudi Arabian desert with minimal maintenance available without massive penalties outside of oil changes, oil filters, air filters, and fresh tires. Racers run the gamut of riding conditions from dark to dark nearly every day, and this year's race was full of waterlogged routes and massive sand dune stages. Finishing the race is a dream for many people, and it surely gives this bike street cred off the road, and after riding it, we can quickly see how it pulled off the finishes. Kove Moto was founded in 2017 by a former motocross racer and currently sells 17 models of ADV, street and off-road machines, including 2 versions of the rally bike. The brand sold over 20,000 bikes globally in 2021, with 75% sold in China. The Kove FSE 450R rally bikes are being imported to the US by Utah-based USA Motortoys, which also imports the GPX Moto line of off-road motorcycles. A first batch of 70 of these rally models is scheduled to arrive in the US in June at $8,999. There will be a full-on race version as well. It will be fitted with a carbon fiber road book tower, mousse bibs, rally map, titanium exhaust, Scott's Performance steering damper, skid plate, water tank, and a few fasteners that are titanium instead of stainless steel on the bodywork. The 450R Rally is designed and manufactured by Kove, but the 448 9cc single-cylinder motor is produced by fellow Chinese company Zongshen. Zongshen pumps out over 1 million motorcycle engines a year. For this motor, Kove worked with Zongshen to develop the higher-performance twin-cam version of an existing powerplant, which includes a 6-speed transmission, counterbalancer, fuel injection, and a multi-disc wet clutch with cable actuation. The motorcycle also has a healthy 1.8-liter oil capacity with an oil cooler, which extends the oil change intervals to 3,000 miles and suggested valve clearance check to 5,000 miles. It also utilizes large radiators and fans on both sides. The motor produces a claimed 51 horsepower, putting it in the range of other 450 off-road bikes. Design. On the chassis side, the 450R Rally utilizes a steel frame and aluminum swing arm that Kove makes in-house. The fork and link-mounted shock, which provide 12 inches of travel front and rear, are manufactured by Yuan, another Chinese brand. There will be an optional short travel version of the bike with 10 inches of travel and a lower seat height, which is claimed to be 38 inches with the standard model. The standard model also has 12 inches of ground clearance. A nice-looking carbon fiber skid plate protects the bottom of the frame. Fuel tanks, oil cooler, and low-routed exhaust header. The bike has 3 fuel tanks for a total of 8 gallons. Estimates put the range at more than 300 miles. Unfortunately, we did not have the opportunity to verify this claim. The seat and controls are all traditional for an off-road bike, but the standard TFT dash is more like what you will find on most ADV bikes. It shows speed, trip, fuel level, average speed, RPM, and other items as you would expect on an ADV or street-going motorcycle, as well as the ability to turn off the standard ABS. It even includes a USB charging port. The brakes are dual-piston calipers front and rear with no name brand markings. While talking about controls, the 450R Rally comes standard with some nice oversized foot pegs. Power. Classifying the Kove FSE 450R Rally with anything currently available isn't easy. It is clearly designed to be a rally race bike, and it looks like one, and it's even an accomplished one. But it surprisingly doesn't quite run like one. It's just less aggressive than we thought it would be, but it still rips pretty well. This means it can be used as a more off-road capable, lighter-weight ADV bike or a long-range off-road bike. We asked if the team at Dakar had modified bikes or other bikes disguised as Kove models, and the USA Motortoys team told us they were nearly identical bikes to the ones we're riding. They told us the race bikes have a high-performance exhaust, steering stabilizer, and navigational equipment. The overall ergonomics, seat, and even seat height feel neutral and comfortable, except for the bar risers under the rubber-mounted bar clamps. They are just too high but can be easily removed. The US importer says it doesn't know if the risers will be standard equipment. We rode the standard 12-inch travel bikes, and the claimed 38-inch seat height feels lower than that. Getting your leg over the seat isn't a struggle. The motorcycle sits comfortably for average height test riders. The oversized foot pegs feel great engine. The 6-speed transmission provides plenty of range and allows the bike to comfortably cruise at 80 miles per hour on the highway. Kove says the bike will tap out at 105 miles per hour. We'll just have to trust them on that one. The Yuan suspension components, which to the eye are very similar looking as some of the more popular units from Japan, are set up well from the factory. The ride is very plush overall, comfortable at high speeds in the sand and hard-packed dirt, and is surprisingly stable over the sand whoops. Bottoming resistance is impressive too. We tried to bash the Kove suspension into submission, but the Yuan soaked it all up quite well with room to spare. We suspect they will work just as good with a full load of fuel. We rode the bike with only 4 gallons on board, not the full 8. We don't know how many people need a true rally race bike, but if you do, the affordable Kove FSE 450R Rally should fit the bill, and perhaps best of all, be easier to get your hands on than the pricier Austrian versions. The KTM, Husqvarna, and GasGas Rally replica bikes are technically available to buy, but they will set you back significantly more than the Kove's $8,999 MSRP, that is if you can find one. Import it and get it registered. The Kove is going to be an easier entry point into this part of the world, if you're concerned about parts. Kove says that while dealers will be limited for a while, parts are available through its US importer.